Oh, I gotta find the S and the J. Is that your house?
Pretty
on the wall?
sure it's still at the house. Yeah.
It's on the wall, isn't it?
Just I don't know if it's still on the wall. I'm just pretty sure it's still there. But we got rid of the other rolling chairs we had there. So at some point, I know we want to have guests on again. We're gonna have to figure out that situation.
I got wooden chairs.
That's true. Because it's already going to be bad enough. They're going to have to hold their mics. There's no way we can.
Yeah, they can suck a bag of dicks. I'm not fucking catering to
Speaking of
people.
sucking a bag of dicks, oddly enough, that's probably what
This is a weird transition.
the next. Well, no. So, we recorded that one episode ages ago where we were supposed to have 2 guests on. Only one person was able to make it. And we did a bunch of random ass questions. It's the second most popular episode we've ever done.
What?
And
All
I
right.
still want to do another one because I've been thinking of other questions. So I've had conversations with a couple of people about them potentially being on that. And both of those people have expressed interest. So hopefully we'll actually have 2 guests on.
Where are we going to put them?
That's what we're going to have to figure out. I
Where
mean,
they gonna
ultimately,
be at?
we could slide a little bit. It's not like neither of them are that large of people. But I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. I mean, we could always
I think what we need to do
shift.
go
But-
to one table.
I mean,
We might have to go to one table.
it,
I'm wondering if we move the table this way and we sit back here now. I don't know anymore. I don't want to be that close
we got,
to that.
yeah.
It's not nothing's
that
glued
close to
into
that.
that.
We don't have that kind of room. And I personally enjoyed this setup.
Yeah, I do.
Because
like
we've done
looking
the
into
on
your
the
eyes.
same, yeah. We've done the on the same side. It just works better this way. And I've been recording for like 2 minutes.
I don't really care.
That's been recording for way longer. So
fine.
as with the last episode we did, there's probably going to be a clip from before the audio kicks in that I'll end up posting depending on how funny it is. So
We're always hilarious.
we're only a week delayed this time, so I feel a little bit better about life.
You know why we're a week delayed? Because we want to give you a chance to see the movie.
Well,
You've had plenty of time now.
There's certainly that.
Had plenty of time now.
And then there was, also just
No. That's the excuse we're going with
okay,
this week.
fine. We'll go with that. We wanted to give you guys time to see the movie because I'm sure you all knew, and by you all, I mean all 10 of you, that the next time we recorded, we were going to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. So here we are. But before we get to that, since I'm assuming that's going to dominate a massive chunk of time.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I actually quite literally said once the credits were done rolling, I'm so wet right now.
You did say that, and I thought, I don't want to be sitting next to you.
And yet you were.
It's too sticky for me over here. My eye.
I kept my shorts on.
Mine got shorter.
Much shorter.
My pants were extremely short when I left there.
But before
Dun-dun-dun.
we get to that, you went on a trip.
I did.
So I don't know if anything entertaining happened that you want to expound upon.
I went on a plane twice. I did it.
Yeah, she did it. She
Did not
survived.
have fun coming home. Did
Yeah.
not like that part.
But going out, you had a nice luxurious experience, did you not?
I got drunk.
She got, yeah. I don't think anyone's surprised by that.
No, I had to do something to stay calm, and I was fucking flying high.
And
It worked out great.
Your parents don't ever really help with that.
Oh, they're the
when
fucking
you're-
worst.
Yeah. I told her that now, anytime her parents buy her a ticket somewhere, they need to buy her one more so I can go with her since
Yeah.
I'm her
Her
emotional support person.
That's right.
There, Negro, whatever you want to
Yeah,
say.
whatever you want to call it. It was fine. I went to a car show. That's all we were really there for. And then I went to this arcade place with my brother.
The one that you told me about when I went out there, right? Was it the same one?
No, different.
No, different. Okay.
This one's near his house.
Oh, okay.
It's like down the
Okay.
street.
Because how far is you from Seattle?
About 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, so we went there. What was it called? Flip Off.
Oh,
Arcade Flip Off. And
Nice.
it's because they have a bunch of pinball machines. And I played Scooby-Doo Pinball.
there you go.
That was my favorite pinball one to play because it was I actually did the best on that one. I pretty much played all their pinball machines, but I spent $10 of my brother's money.
You know what's funny? You mentioned arcade. I keep seeing these ads pop up. Well, not really ads. It's an ad, but it's not. but I'll like scroll through TikTok and it's like 3 or 4 times I've seen it now where there's the only thing that gives me pause is its location. But there's an arcade and it's got like pinball and like the older arcade cabinets.
Sure.
That is like, I think it's like $10 an hour or $20 for all day.
Yeah. He's got one of those. That's one of those.
In San Bernardino. And that's the thing that gives me pause on going. Because I kind of want to go.
I'm not trying to get shot in no arcade. No.
And that's just it. I don't know. I haven't looked up the address to see exactly where in San Bernardino, because San Bernardino's pretty big.
There's some nice areas.
So I haven't seen exactly where it's located, but depending on where it's located will definitely dictate whether or not I'm willing to risk it for the biscuits. Because
words on.
Yeah, it's San Bernardino. I'm pretty sure the people that still listen, considering we were going pretty good there for a while, and then we had these breaks, and it's really affected our listener base, I think, to a degree.
Yeah, for sure.
But
you know what's going to happen though in a couple weeks is we're going to post videos of us on an adventure.
Yeah,
and we're going to get a ridiculous amount of views like we did last time. That's true. A ridiculous amount of views to us is like 1,000.
Yeah, that's true. Nothing.
Although I'm pretty sure we have one that's like 15,000.
I'm pretty sure you're correct.
Monsterpalooza.
Yeah, Monsterpalooza was like up there, and then really all the videos we did from Horror Nights when we went a couple years back.
They did great.
Yeah, so
these ones of us just talking and sitting in a room don't do well at all.
They do okay. I mean, considering we've got a couple that are like,
I started so many accounts to get the views. I'm just kidding.
Right. View wise, they're okay. Like for us, with anything over 10, I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah.
So there's that. But it was funny. I was just having a conversation about this the other night, and the truth of the matter is, as much as I would, my opinion and feeling is the same about this. I would love if it blew up. I don't know what would cause that. I'm not sure how that would happen. But it would be amazing if it did, just because I know it would give us the opportunity to do a lot of stuff that we'd love to do.
It would give us a lot of opportunity to do a lot of things.
Yeah. So, I mean, that'd be amazing. But at the same time, it's not, I don't think either of us started this with the intent or do this with the intent of
getting YouTube famous. That
being, I don't think that was ever the point or the case. It was just,
I did.
She said, okay, maybe
just
it
kidding,
was just me.
Kidding.
But no, it started and ended with the whole concept of it gives us an excuse to bullshit and go do things. And but if this ever were to explode, it'd be amazing.
It would be cool. It would be cool.
And I think the only thing that I hope for, if that ever does happen, is me finding a way to parlay that into voice acting, because that would be cool. I would love to do that.
We could just get you. I'm sure we could just find a way to go about it.
But bitch, I barely have the time to do this.
I want a famous friend. I want to stop living in poverty.
Like I want to
reap the benefits.
Barely have the time to do this. And again, the end game of that would be for me is to voice a character in a Disney movie, cartoon, whatever. Because then that's just an inroad to going to those things.
I want you to play a white guy.
I mean, it's. I could probably pull that off.
You sound white.
Exactly.
That sounds out of context without the joke. It sounds
super.
Bad.
It's super funny. I was just talking about that too, oddly enough. So I was at work, and someone came into the office, and we were just talking, and I mentioned how any of you that know me that listen to this, which if you listen to this, you probably know me or her.
Yeah. Facts.
If you've known me for any amount of time, you know this is who I am. This is my cadence, my speech pattern.
Yes.
Nothing's ever really changed, ever. Even as a kid, nothing different. But
what you sounded like as a kid.
That doesn't, just a higher pitch version, honestly.
I was lower.
With less extensive vocabulary.
Oh, yeah. Indubitably.
To be perfectly honest, I probably, if there were a video of me as a kid, it's probably just like my oldest. I don't think it's going to be much different. That's probably true. And what's going to be really, what's funny? I just came across, I'll get back to the point, I promise.
Here we go.
I just came across one of the old like Snapchat videos I did of him. Mm-hmm. And it was one of the ones that like deepened your voice. Mm-hmm. He sounds just like that now. So it was one of those things where it's just, because I remember recording it and going, holy shit, this is going to be him when he's older.
It's going to be weird when their voices change.
Oh man, we're on the doorstep.
To one of them.
We're like right there. So it's going to be really intriguing to see. Like,
I can't wait to make fun of him.
Once all of the child comes out of his voice, it's going to be hilarious, because I'm certain he's going to be. When I was a teenager, like 13, 14 years old. I sounded one way in my head.
That's how I feel.
And
now,
then if I listen back to my voice, like ever, be it I leave a fucking voicemail at home, whatever. Anytime I actually hear my voice, I was like, who the fuck is that? Because that's way deeper than I sound to myself. I'm so used to hearing my voice. I recognize it now, but it sounded different when I was a kid. So that's going to be interesting for me because, I hear his voice every day.
I'm gonna make fun of him for all kinds of stuff, though.
Oh, for sure.
I already do. I made fun of the glasses.
I'm
gonna get him for them braces.
He just called my mom the other day and left a voicemail with her about something completely unrelated, and I still want to have him call you when I know you will not answer. Like, I don't want to say, I need it to be a shock. I need you to think that I called you and left you a voice message.
Which would be odd.
And then I need him to leave this, because I heard a comedian say it and I've had it in my head ever since. But he had his 7-year-old son call his brother and say, "Hey, Uncle Tom, Dad told you." I know. Worst possible fucking name I could have pulled out of thin air.
That's the one you went with. Hey, Uncle Tom.
Hey, Uncle Tom. Uncle Bill. How about that? Is that better? Most people don't think I'm black anyway.
Damn, Uncle Tom.
Right. That's probably what I've been called. Anyway. Was it, "Hey, Uncle Bill, Dad told me to tell you to go fuck yourself. Okay, bye." Like, I want to do that, but I need the opportunity, and it's never presented itself because I almost never call you.
That's what makes it weird.
And if I call you, you typically answer because I never call you.
Because that means something's wrong. Right. Hey, Mom dropped one of the kids off at the wrong school.
Oh boy, that was a day. So anyway, back to
hopefully she don't listen. She's gonna be like, "How dare you guys fucking say that shit?"
She don't, because the only reason I know
funny, though.
It was hilarious. The only reason I know she doesn't, though, is because I haven't been confronted about some of the things that I've said.
The funnier part was how well he had adapted to that school already.
Oh, immediately, yeah.
I just thought it was impressive that the principal was like, "That's not one of ours."
Right. That was a very odd phone call to have to make because we were nowhere near being able to fix that problem. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
So,
you called me and you're like, "Guess what?"
Comes with being a god mom, I guess.
I just glad that I answered the phone that day.
No shit.
How unreliable would that have made me? And I went and got him.
And you did.
And then I tried to pick him up early from school.
Yeah.
I was like, he's had a horrible day.
Nope. He was just fine.
It must have been traumatizing.
No.
He's fucking chilling, fine. Dude. I was like, fuck him.
That kid is completely unbothered.
I was like, he's not even going to go to school that day.
That kid is completely unbothered.
He would get in a van full of puppies.
Exactly, which is why it's terrifying.
Like, "Hey, little boy, I got a Reese's."
No, seriously, we go anywhere we go. He just wants to talk to every fucking one. And that's fine, but stranger danger, goddammit. Like, we went to McDonald's the other day, and I'm like, "Hey, wait right here. I'm going to order the food." And then... and I'm on one of the kiosks, so it's not a big deal. Yeah. But not even 5 seconds later, I hear his voice
holding somebody else's
holding
hand.
A full-blown conversation. I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I step away from the thing. I lean back. "Get your ass over here!" Like,
damn. Hey, by the way, I'm trying to find them collector's cups. So, okay. if you happen to get a Big Mac or a 10-piece nugget, my guy.
Well, we both know I'm never going to get a Big Mac.
You are a Big Mac.
So, I was having a conversation with someone at work.
Yeah, circle back. Thanks.
Come back to it. And again, mentioning how this is how I speak. However, I did grow up with the ability and knowledge on how to speak a certain way if need be.
Oh, yeah. You are talking about your hood brother coming out?
Yeah. I don't like to code switch.
Oh, that shit is funny as fuck, though.
I don't like to code switch, okay?
You very rarely
I don't
do
like
it.
to do it. But there are times where I have no fucking choice. Like, and it's not me pandering to someone. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to have a conversation. And there are some people, and it's not through any fault of their own. It's just they're immersed in a certain lifestyle, a certain surrounding, and they don't know any other way. Perfectly intelligent human being, but they don't speak outside of a certain way. Right?
Switches.
So if I'm talking to you and I know that that's what's going on, like, and you glaze over like I'm speaking another language, I'm going to switch because
slip into your brother.
I'm going to switch and I will speak in a way that you'll understand. And
hey, motherfucker, you jive turkey.
it's not the 70s, ho. Like,
Yeah, but that'd be funny as fuck.
donuts don't wear alligator shoes.
Donuts don't wear alligator shoes.
But yeah, like I was talking about that, and all she could say was, I would pay money to see that happen. I'm like, all you have to do is get me around enough black folks. It's gonna happen. Like I've even because I'm mixed, I've even been confronted by someone who did not confronted. They just called into question my N-word pass. I don't know any other way to say it. So, because again,
how you gonna get that mixed up?
It was a black woman.
You're not
and
tan.
It was a black woman, and we were having a conversation, and yeah, it comes out. Like, if I'm around a bunch of black folks, I'm going to say nigga. It just is what it is. I don't, even when I'm not, but it's more prevalent.
True.
Because they're doing it, so I do it. It's just where it is.
It's called sitting in.
I
don't.
That particular person, once I left the room, asked someone else what my ethnicity was, because they were concerned, and I still had the dreads at the time. They were concerned
this was a while
about
ago.
my rampant use of nigga. And
rampant? Was it just every other word?
No.
Blah, 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 N-word, blah, blah, N-word, blah, blah, N-word.
In comparison to
your normal speech? Your normal speech
it was
pattern?
rampant, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty funny. So you said it twice. Got it.
4 or 5 times roughly.
Oh, wow, that's excessive for you.
And in a like 20-minute conversation.
Oh, that's normal.
So that's about right.
We're good. When you and Rich get together.
Oh, yeah, it's all bad.
I'm like, well, is this the time to jump in? Do I double dutch my way into this conversation?
Again, you know how those rules work. You've been given the pass. Not only have you been given the pass by me, but by another black person.
Multiples.
But the rule about that is you can only use that word around those black folks.
You can't just go around saying it in Chuck E. Cheese.
I damn near checked somebody in a jacuzzi a couple weeks back.
What were you doing in the jacuzzi?
I took the kids swimming.
Oh.
So,
invite.
Decided to go. Bitch, really? Is this where we're going?
I wasn't there.
You don't go anyway.
I don't go anywhere.
Also that. There have been multiple occasions where I'm like, hey, we're going swimming. Do you want to go?
My back hurts. The funny thing about the water is it's on my dick.
Jesus. So, yeah. But I was at the jacuzzi at this particular day, and there were three or four very non-black people.
Ooh.
Now, to be completely fair, they were not. They
Transparent.
They were Hispanic. They were not fully blown, just white. But they dropped like 3
subcategory.
And I was just like, they got one more. I'm sitting there, they got one more, because no, like, stop it. I don't care if you have the pass. I'm not the person that gave you the pass. Knock it off. I don't care that you say it. Just don't say it around me.
It's really funny, and I think I've only ever heard him do it once. And I could be wrong. It could have been you, but I'm pretty sure we were listening to a song, and Corbin was like rapping along with it and said it, and I was like, "This little motherfucker here."
No, that's
now you might not always get away with it. But
yes, he's super. It's funny where there's been times where I have to remind him, like, you're black, right?
I think he totally
and
has
it's
forgotten.
not. Well, and he's
not used to it.
It's not just that he doesn't have. Number one, he's again very light skinned, and he is only a quarter black, so I get it. But he's very much like me in the fact of he doesn't identify as anything. He's just him.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not trying to, force the issue or anything. Of course, he should know his heritage. So I mean, there's that. But past that, it's like, dude, just do you. Like, but he's asked. He's like, because there's black kids at a school and they drop that word, and he's like,
damn,
is it okay for me to say that? I was like, yeah. I was like, if you don't feel comfortable, don't. I was like,
you don't have to say it because somebody else is doing it.
Yeah, I was like, you don't have to say it.
Yeah, it ain't a word. You
could say it.
You don't necessarily have to throw it out all the time. I don't know where these little motherfuckers come from.
No, yeah, it's too much. But it's the same thing with.
That's crazy at that age to just be like dropping that shit.
It's the same thing with cussing. Well, bro, listen.
That's crazy to me.
You've been on the gaming multiplayer lobbies, and
they're ruthless.
Oh my god!
I'm like, holy shit.
I'll be honest with you. My favorite thing about fucking Fortnite is the fact that you can pretty much only hear the people you're in a party with unless you're in a created island. And when you're playing the game, you can't hear shit.
Right.
And I am actually perfectly fine with that, because I came up in that. in that era of the Halo 3s and Call of Duties and
Oh, yeah, those are the worst.
amount of white folks that just drop that word indiscriminately because there's nobody there to check them in person. You talk a real big game. If any of you are ever listening or watching this, you talk a real big game when there's a microphone and a computer and a console protecting you.
In a
But
different state.
say that big shit in front of other people and you will get your ass whooped, and you know that.
Whoopity whoop. Slappity slap. Slappity slap, 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 slap.
But yeah, so I think we've babbled enough.
You sure did. I'm just kidding.
I usually do, bitch.
Yeah, you do. You haven't heard of
contribute,
Babbel.com?
you're just like,
Babbel.com. That's Jordan. I'm getting him a shirt that says that shit.
why do you think we have a podcast?
So you can babble.
Yeah. I mean, you could contribute more, but you choose
I'm
not
just
to.
here for comedy. I am the non-existential crisis.
You know, we've had the
comedy relief.
Okay, non-existential crisis, my ass.
I have my own existential crisis. I just don't have them on the show. I live them.
Yeah, exactly.
Deadpool Wolverine.
Yes, Deadpool
Wolverine.
Wolverine, and then I have one more thing after that
All right.
that someone brought up, and I think it's hilarious.
All of the spoilers.
Yeah,
Be prepared.
Just be fully.
Be
We're not.
prepared.
We're not gonna not talk about everything that happened.
All the cameos. all the shit we missed.
But to be perfectly honest, if you've been on the internet indiscriminately, you would have had this whole movie spoiled for you by now, because in the first week that this bitch came out,
we had to stay off the
you
internet.
couldn't be on anything. The amount of times I had to speed swipe past something because you see like the only thing that actually got spoiled for me was it wasn't really spoiled because I knew, but seeing it was every single time I would like swipe, there'd be the scene of Elektra coming in, and
that got spoiled
I had
for
to
you?
fucking like go. But I had seen posts before the movie even came out, the word that she was going to be in the movie, like that had gotten leaked already. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I didn't want anything else spoiled though, so it was like speeding past the shit.
I had a few things, but I can't remember what they were now because
It
I've
doesn't
seen the
matter because
movie.
you've seen the movie, really.
Because I've seen the movie now, it doesn't matter. I'm like, I don't remember what it was.
after watching the movie, and I mean, at this
other
point, I've seen
video.
almost the whole. You could see the whole movie
On TikTok.
On TikTok at this point, like people just kept posting shit. But either way, let's just dive right into it. So,
It starts
where
off
do you
with
want to? How do you want to do this? You would just want to go chronologically, or just like
we'll
favorite
go through
moments?
the movie. It starts off in a snow-capped Canada.
Canada, yeah.
And you see Wade digging up Wolverine's grave.
Yeah.
Because he's like, there's no way this motherfucker's dead.
Now I appreciate the way that they handled the whole thing, right? Because Logan was like a good send off, essentially.
Yeah, that was a good way
and
to send him
then
off, yeah.
of course, you know,
'Cause he
the
wasn't gonna play
concept of Hugh Jackman saying, okay, this is it for me. And then
That's
it's
the
funny,
last
like
one.
seeing all of the interviews as this movie was on its, you know, build up to release and then post release of him saying a month before Logan had come out. And then I see Deadpool, the original Deadpool. I'm like, fuck, I just said I'm done now. I want to come back. So,
Yeah.
but they did a really good job of like honoring that. Now, admittedly, there are some holes in the timeline there, but neither here nor there. They did a good job with honoring that, but continue.
He's time traveling, though. But we know that why he goes over there.
Yeah.
He's got the at that point, he's got the
Yeah.
time pad.
Time pad, yes.
But then it busts into NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye, and he dance kills everybody.
Literally dance kills
With
everybody.
adamantium skeleton.
Yes, just which really just goes to show.
That was pretty funny.
Truthfully, it goes to show Deadpool's actual strength because it's fucking adamantium, and you just
Yeah,
rip
just
that
rips
shit
it
off.
apart.
Like,
And then at one point, he does the
yeah, it was so fucking
Which was
good.
really funny.
Like, I'm not gonna lie.
he's gonna do the pose.
everything after Disney became what it did by buying pretty much everything up.
Marvel?
Only thing they don't own at this point is Sony, which
Is only Spider-Man at this point. Well,
all
Spider-Man
of
and
the Rogues Gallery at that point.
right.
Yeah. But either way,
whatever.
after they bought it, after Deadpool 2, I'm like, fuck, we just lost Deadpool because it's Disney. They're not gonna let Deadpool.
No Coke stuff.
That was the only thing. That was literally
No
the only
Coke
thing.
stuff.
Everything else, they
have all the code words.
I gotta be
They know all the slang.
I gotta be honest. I was very happy
They have a list.
with the end result. I would even go so far as to say, in all three, it's the best one.
A lot of people thought it was just too jokey. I found
It's
it fucking
fucking
hilarious.
Deadpool. Like-
That's all he does is break the fourth wall and make jokes. He doesn't take anything serious.
I can break the fourth wall too. The
Proposal. Nice pool. There were
But-
so many cool things. In
Oh
this
my
movie.
god, it was so fucking good. But yes, if you were wondering, which I have to assume you've been living under a rock, if you were, but if you were wondering why Bye has been everywhere now, it's because
That's
of this
it.
fucking movie. He
wanna be the fool for
literally
you.
the opening montage was him doing amazing. I mean, I know it's not Ryan Reynolds, but either way,
No, that guy showed up. That guy showed up on my TikTok a bunch of times practicing.
But the whole choreography was great, and then just like that happening while he's
Killing people.
comically murdering the
He's just
fuck
murking
out
them.
of TVA agents with pieces of Logan's defiled corpse was, I mean, he turned his leg into nunchucks at one point.
That shit was hilarious.
He was using his ribs and his fingers. I'm sorry, he was using his fingers as fucking throwing knives and shit.
Yeah, he
like
was.
it was magical.
He
And
died brutally.
yeah, really, really brutal. Like at one point, as she stated, he donned his
Claws.
retractable claws and did the thing and shoved the claws in one dude's taint area.
Yep.
And then in another guy's ass area, and then could not get them out.
So he's stuck.
They must have had the worst death ever.
That was pretty funny.
And yeah, so and then the last one decided to badmouth Canada and ate a sword
Yes.
through his mouth and out the back of his fucking head.
That was pretty neat too. Don't talk about my country.
But yeah,
Get
movie
my country's name out your mouth.
movie starts that way, but then of course, just like every other Deadpool movie, it starts in one position, and then
We go back.
we backtrack a bit to get
And
there.
then we go back there, and then we loop back into it.
So,
but he essentially gets kidnapped by the TVA.
Yes, he does, because he had his little watch and jumped back
He
and
fucked
forth
with
to
shit.
fuck with the timeline and shot himself before he took the Green Lantern movie and
Shot the other
shot
Deadpool.
the other Deadpool, and I mean, put a lot of bullets in that one. So he got pulled in by the TVA, and that they're talking to him and saying, "Hey, we're going to help you out," and this, that, and the third, and then they bring up the anchor being.
Yes, we finally have anchor beings.
We now have anchor beings. So listen, I've been extremely concerned for the direction Marvel's been in since Endgame.
Because after that,
It hasn't been great. Which Deadpool pointed at in the movie at one point. He said, "You're welcome to the MCU. You're coming in at kind of a low point."
that's true.
But there were so many just good points in this thing. But this gives me hope
Do you know?
that maybe we're going. It's fucked up that we're losing Kang because of some bullshit.
Yeah.
And feel whatever way you feel about RDJ coming in as Doom, but I have my
I'm not
theories on that as
100%.
well.
I'm not 100% on that. They're saying it's not a variant.
I don't buy that. I think this is just a switcheroo. Personally, but I'm hoping. Let me put it that way. I'm hoping that that's all it is.
You know what else I loved about the movie is the montage.
Yes, the montage was great.
The Henry Cavill thing caught me off guard.
Cavalrine, yeah, that was good.
Cavalrine.
And then he fucking, of course, did his little arm reload, which
Everybody lost their
everyone
mind
lost their
about.
shit at.
The 5'2" Wolverine.
Comic accurate Wolverine was great.
Perfect. And he was really hairy.
Hulk versus Wolverine was
Was
fantastic.
fantastic.
It just every. Yes, you can call it fan service, what the fuck ever, but this is something that I don't see what the problem is with it.
They fan serviced us the correct.
That's the way
suit.
you're supposed to do it. And then he had the X-Force suit on. Like, I mean,
Which was
there was
cool.
so much good
was a lot
shit
going
in
on.
there. And for someone who's a massive Wolverine fan, orgasm. So
Yeah, he was shooting loads left and right.
everywhere. Arcing ropes of jism all over that movie theater.
But
So
they end up in the void.
yes, they do.
He finds his Wolverine that he wants. It's a drunk Wolverine.
It's the worst
The
Wolverine.
worst of all the Wolverines. And he goes, "Oh, those are nice pajamas." Because he sees through his shirt that he has his little
Yeah.
yellow and blue suit on,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, comic accurate suit. It only took us 20 fucking years to get there.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about that particular Wolverine, I was wondering, even though they never, because ultimately they said, and Logan, right? They've never really made Old Man Logan. They showed Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
So I'm certain that I'm wrong in this, but when they were referencing this particular Wolverine, they, all of the X-Men were dead, and he went off on the deep end because of it happening. He was, all this other shit, right? I kept expecting, once that kind of came up where they were saying he was the worst one, I kept expecting him to actually be Old Man Wolverine, or Old Man Logan rather, because in that comic,
That's when
Mysterio tricks him into killing all of the X-Men. So I was expecting that to be the one, but no.
But he doesn't say they die by him. He shows up.
No, he shows up and they were already dead. So I that's why once that happened at the end of the movie, but I was in my head while watching it, I was like, is this going to be like, is that the one we're getting? But it wasn't. Because again, they showed him, like during the montage, they showed Old Man Logan sitting on his porch with the hat on and all that other shit. So I mean, they showed him. So obviously it wasn't that one, but that was the one I was expecting, just based off of him being the worst one. So it's like, oh, it's got to be the one that killed them all, but no, but that's fine. Not that it was a bad thing.
Yeah, let's see what else after that part. Let's see.
So I mean, you have all the montages. They end up in the void.
They end up in the void. They fight like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh my god, a couple of times. Like they gave us so many good fights, but.
The key, what was it?
No, it was a fucking Honda Odyssey.
Honda Odyssey.
It's really funny, like seeing all of the jokes pop up after where people were saying they 100% fucked in that Odyssey, because they're just like Deadpool's all tied up, Logan's all fucking sleeping and shit. But it was such a good fucking fight. Like everything that they've done, there was a really like deep moment right there, right before that fight happens, where Logan rips Deadpool a new asshole.
Yeah.
To the point where he actually shut him up.
He said, "I'm gonna fight."
I'm gonna fight you now. That's all he said after he went off on this accurate dressing down of the man. So it was just such a good fucking movie. But you get. Nice Pool shows up, but first Dog Pool shows up, and then they had mouth sex for probably a good 35-40 seconds.
Yeah.
Ugliest dog in the world winner, and then that ends up being Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
Dog Pool.
Nice Pool. Yeah, Nice Pool. I'm Nice Pool.
Just got long hair. It's literally just Ryan Reynolds with
long hair,
fucking extensions, like. And so then you jump ahead. They have this fight in the Honda Odyssey. They get picked up by X-23, which again, that was another one that kind of got leaked. I don't know if it was ever confirmed before the movie, but it was great to see Daphne Keane back as X-23.
Yeah.
So that was and then like the reunion that they basically had by the fire was really cool. Great.
But that's when
all the other cameos happened. First of all, it was that same temple that was in Multiverse of Madness, with the Scarlet Witch thing on the ceiling.
Yep. Which was, I was like,
yeah. Now we get to I think probably. Not in our theater, but our theater, it was the weekend after it came out. So there was only like, I don't know, 15, 20 people in there. And it was also the very first showing, so that probably played into it.
We were very excited.
But every video I've seen of it since, this particular scene was probably the most, if not the very close second most hyped part of the movie for the theater. We got Elektra shows up. Then and honestly, I don't know which one blew my mind more.
I know which one. Well,
I don't. Yeah. They're so both equally. So to give a little backstory on this second one, there was I don't know if it ever got confirmed. I don't know if it was just rumors because of something that Patton Oswalt said. I don't know, but there was a very public dislike between two of these people. So it was mind-boggling for me to see this person show
they
up.
referenced it.
Yes, they did. But
I never.
Wesley Snipes shows up as Blade.
Fucking Blade.
Yeah, just soup.
I had to stop him from breaking the chair.
No, you had to stop me from the one that came after that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was the one where I damn near broke the armrest. Which I'm actually shocked you weren't as.
I was really excited, but then listening to you, I was like, "Holy shit!" All right, hold on.
Yeah.
We're both in this moment together.
We finally got.
We got him.
A good. Nothing against X-Men Origins. That movie was fine.
But
I didn't hate it. They did Deadpool dirty, don't get me wrong, but I didn't hate that movie.
But they also didn't do him right either.
They also did not. We got a legitimate live action Gambit, and
it was none other than Channing fucking Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
He got to finally play Gambit.
Did fucking amazing. Amazing. Like, sounded just like him.
He did, and everybody was giving him shit like, who the fuck?
Like, he did so
but that's
fucking
how
good.
He's now, from New Orleans.
You can make the same argument for Wolverine, right? Like, you want to be mad about the fact that he's not as lean as Remy LeBeau. Go fuck yourself. Like, Hugh Jackman's also 6 foot, 6'2" and shit. Like, the fuck are you on about?
A lot taller than.
Yes. So just the fact that we finally got a live action Gambit, and
that
he did
was dope.
Amazing. Okay.
I charged at the con and they go boom. They go boom.
Like, just so well done, and it's to the point where I'm like, I'm hoping beyond everything that I can hope for, that because of the reaction and everything that he finally gets his fucking movie
that he was supposed to get.
He was supposed to get it, and then Disney bought it and shut it down. So
let's hope this.
I'm hoping that this makes this actually happen, because he did so fucking good. We need a full movie.
He looked just like him.
We need a full movie. And
the only thing actually they did it. I think they did it, if I remember. His eyes glowed.
Yes.
When he
during that fight a couple of times.
Yeah, he does. But he did such a great job. And he's got such a good background. He's very agile.
Yes. Ultimately,
which makes it perfect.
Ultimately, we could say, if you want to say there's essentially two big bads in all this.
There are.
There's the TVA, ultimately, which is pretty much revealed from Jump Street, so I'm not really throwing anything out there. It's not like it was a fucking shock. And then...
Cassandra Nova mind fucks people. She finger fucks them in the brain.
Just hands
with the long ass fingies.
Fucking, like they're fucking like this much. It was nuts.
It was like 2 fingers stacked on top of each other.
But it was.
She would. Never mind.
It was great to get.
Now, there's one cameo we skipped over.
Yes.
A very big one.
Yes.
Now, initially, when I saw this fucker jump down, I knew those pants. And I was like, oh, fuck. Here comes Captain America.
But the misdirect was so fucking good.
But then he says, flame on, and I about shit my pants. Because I was like, oh.
Chris Evans.
Long enough to see herself turn back into the villain.
Chris Evans shows up. Just before all of this stuff that we've been going into, because
kicks off, because he comes up before everybody else shows up.
Like the first fight we get between Deadpool and Wolverine. It gets broken up because of this. Now, when he shows again, amazing misdirect. I'm not. They got me too, because as soon as I saw the arm and I saw the red, I was like, ugh. I heard the voice, and I'm just like you. I heard the voice. I was like, no fucking way.
I knew exactly who it was.
And so
don't get me.
He fucking jumps down. And there's this whole build up because these other people, a lot of the older, I'm happy that some of the people came back. Sabretooth shows up. Azazel's there.
A different Psylocke.
A different Psylocke and a different
Juggernaut.
Lady Deathstroke.
Yes.
Deathstrike, sorry.
Deathstrike. Close.
Juggernaut, but a different Juggernaut, a different Blob. The same Toad, though.
Same Toad.
And same dude, fucking Fireball, fuckface. Pyro. Him.
He's the same one, yeah.
But same dude. So good to see all of those guys come back too, especially Sabretooth. I don't know why. That was probably, like, even though he's fucking real quick. He gets died so fast.
Again. That's twice. I think that's the joke. I think I just got it.
But yeah, then Chris Evans shows up and there's this whole little standoff, and Deadpool gets super excited because he thinks it's Cap. And so he's expecting him to say Avengers Assemble. Instead, he says Flame On. He goes, what now?
And he flies off and tries to... But Pyro's there, which he should have known.
Stupid. So they get hemmed up, get taken to Cassandra Nova, and then who's
in a giant Ant-Man skeleton.
Yes, giant man. Such a great line. The fucking thing opens up and goes, oh, Paul Rudd finally aged.
Such a good line.
And then the idea in this particular encounter is that Deadpool puts words in Johnny Storm's mouth, and she turns him into goo. She just yanks his skin off while he's still alive, and then he just... well, of course, the other cameos we've mentioned, Blade and Elektra and them, they were like, oh, Johnny disappeared. And, of course, Deadpool was trying to play it off like he didn't have anything to do with him dying. So that happens. Then they have this big old showdown with Cassandra Nova at her little fortress inside of Giant Man's body.
Giant Ant-Man.
That fight was great. And then, then we jump a little bit ahead. No need to give you like a play-by-play. Go fucking watch the movie.
Go see it.
But then we jump ahead a little bit. She, has her little moment of redemption, sort of.
You think
essentially Logan...
You think that he's going to turn her real easily?
Logan implores her because of she's, for those of you that don't know, she's Charles Xavier's twin. That died in the womb, essentially, but she didn't die. It's confusing. It's comics. What do you want? So, she lets them go back to Deadpool's timeline. They go back, and then we get the Deadpool Corps, and
that was fucking dope.
Holy shit! First of all,
there was so many Deadpools.
This man put his entire family
in that
movie. His baby was Kid Pool. His baby was Baby Pool. His daughter, I believe,
his daughter was
Kid Pool, and his wife was Lady Deadpool,
who, in fact, is actually in the comic books.
Yes,
based off of fucking Blake Lively.
Yes. 100%. So it, full circle.
Because the guy was a fan of Gossip Girl.
Full circle moment.
Full circle.
Full circle. I'm gonna have an Eminem moment and make a really fucked up joke.
Oh no!
If y'all haven't heard his most recent album, Slim Shady's back. Fucking again. But
I have to download it still.
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie. It's good. The album in and of itself is good, but he makes some jokes that'll make you piss yourself.
Oh, perfect.
One in particular about deaf people and the vertically challenged.
Okay.
So
moving past that.
Moving on.
Moving past it.
So yeah, they have this massive fight with the Deadpool Corps. Meanwhile, so Nice Pool shows up to try to,
smooth things over
a bit. And that's when we discover Nice Pool does not have a regeneration
power. I don't know how I don't remember.
He gets used as a human shield.
He sure
and then had his head exploded. So that
shit was fucking hilarious.
That fight happens. They beat the ever living fuck. And before this happens, I'm glazing over, but I almost broke the armrest because of Gambit. I'm surprised I didn't jump out of my skin at this particular scene.
He almost Johnny Stormed himself.
100%. Again, massive Wolverine fan. Has been my favorite comic character for as long as I can remember. It was great seeing him in the blue and yellow suit.
But what made it better?
Did not expect him, however, to pull the mask on.
Pulled his cowl on.
So right before this fight happens, this fucker just reaches behind him, and
like it's in a fucking pocket.
Yeah, like it hasn't been there the whole time. Then suddenly it's just so
like it's got a special secret zipper.
100%. So he pulls this shit over, and everywhere. just joygasm. Just
joygasm. That's a great way to put that. That's how I felt.
It was such a great. This
With
movie
the wide
was
eyes.
just so fucking good.
Such a good movie.
They just beat the ever living fuck out of the rest of the Deadpools, but
Which
they
was
all
funny.
have
Regeneration
factors. And the only
Uzi
reason
time, baby.
that fight stopped is because someone showed up on a bike
wearing a Deadpool.
wearing a Deadpool costume, having the biggest moose knuckle I've ever seen.
I mean, my God.
Fucking Peter has a hammer on him. So
That dude's... Jesus.
and then of course we'll just jump to the big finish, right? But again, without going into every single possible detail,
I was very surprised. I was like, God,
they
Wolverine.
kind of leaned into this idea that one of them wasn't going to make it, and
God.
logically you're thinking, okay, so this is how they take fucking Wolverine out again.
Yeah, this is gonna be the end of him. This is how he.
So
leaves
this is
the
how
MCU.
he retires
This
essentially.
is how he's getting rid of him.
So they go to do this, and then Deadpool pulls a little okey doke and swaps spaces with him. There's a whole funny moment in that part with the door, like she just referenced.
Yeah.
He goes in there. He's, it's coming down to the last second. He's not going to make it. Then fucking Wolverine comes in there. They
link
hold
hands.
hands. All the meanwhile, what was it? Like a Prayer is playing?
But yeah, Madonna, who doesn't give her rights away to any of her music and movies. So they had a sit down.
I believe it.
They met with Madonna, and she was like, "Fuck yeah."
With the plastic surgery version of what she used to be.
Well,
That bitch looks like an alien these days. And anyway, just age for fuck's sake. Speaking of aging, though, Hugh Jackman apparently doesn't, because
my God, the abs on this man.
I am certain that was like it. They made a couple of references to it, like him not having his shirt off. They even made a reference to his real life divorce,
which was fun. And Jennifer Garner's.
And Jennifer Garner's, yeah, that was
a Deadpool joke. There was a Daredevil joke in there.
I'm so sorry he's dead.
That's all right. No big deal.
But yeah, then the moment that I think a lot of female fans are probably waiting for.
I sat up. I was like,
his upper portion of his suit gets blasted off,
God.
and then even in that moment where you think they might just not make it, even Deadpool looks down and goes,
"Yeah, that's impressive." I mean, it's like fucking 52 or some shit.
Yeah, but
overall great movie.
And then of course the joke was made twice about they're going to make him do this till he's 90 because he doesn't. He lives. He survives. Surprise. But the ending was done very well. And at this point, I don't know what's on the horizon for the Deadpool franchise.
We did see Thor holding him and crying.
That's true. But what I'm, and I know this isn't an original idea, of course, but I would be 100% on board with this if for some reason, Ryan Reynolds doesn't want to keep like doing movies.
Yeah.
I think he should now take Stan Lee's place.
Where Deadpool just cameos and everything?
Just cameos in every fucking Marvel movie from this point forward. I think that's where that should go at the very least. But I would love to see them do a movie together again. It was so fucking good. You could tell they like the end result, the product, you could tell they actually enjoyed and cared about doing this and doing it the right way.
Oh yeah.
So it was done so fucking well.
Such a good movie.
And I
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Like I said, I'll
see it 75 more times.
I would say for certain this is the best thing that's come out of this phase for Marvel.
I mean, I am excited though for Agatha.
Yeah. And then it was just so fucking good.
This was the boost the fucking MCU needed.
100%. There's so many great jokes in this movie. It's just so fucking good. So if you haven't seen it, even if you're not into the MCU, because you could go see this without really, I mean, there's stuff you could watch to make you understand it more, which would really only be the Loki. That's about the only thing you really, I guess, have to watch.
A lot of the cameos you won't understand.
Yeah, but even without that, it's still fucking good. You'll still enjoy the movie. Very fucking funny. But
I never liked you. I don't like you. You never did.
You never did. But see, now I want to bring up this. There were people that were, and I know it's just people wanting to have their 15 minutes or go viral or what the fuck ever. But I've seen a couple of videos pop up, that one in particular that I kept seeing pop up, where they walked out of the movie like 3.5
Marvel
some odd
Jesus?
minutes into it because of the blasphemy that happened.
I am
First of all,
Marvel
Christians,
Jesus?
pull the stick out of your ass.
It's a great movie.
Are you fucking serious?
Here's the dumb part, though. They paid for that shit, so...
Well, they got, like so you paid to go watch this movie just to walk out because Sky Daddy might get mad? Fuck off.
Sky Daddy. I am Marvel Jesus.
Like, are you shitting me? Blasphemy? Go fuck yourself. Then there were all
That's not my Deadpool.
other people.
Actually, that is.
There were a bunch of other people. And again, I'm sitting there going, it's fucking Deadpool. Did you see the other two movies? What the fuck did you think you were walking into?
Exactly.
He didn't have an issue with all of the god-awful shit that happened in the first two movies, but because he took the Lord's name in vain, now it's a problem? Okay.
Just call himself Marvel Jesus.
Which reminds me, I know we don't have the setup for you to watch something anymore, but in this case, I don't think you need to watch it. You just need to listen.
Okay.
I found some shit on TikTok that has become my favorite fucking thing.
Perfect.
And I just need you to experience it with me.
Okay.
So that's not going to happen this episode, but
Next time.
it's going to happen. So the other thing that I saw people complaining about, and once again, it's fucking Deadpool. They use the R word once.
I don't even remember when that was.
One fucking time.
I can't even remember. Oh, wait.
I thought you were retired.
That's right.
Retarded.
That's right.
Retired. I'm already in the void. I'm not trying to be canceled again.
That's right.
Like, they even pointed out your cancel culture bullshit.
Yeah, they referenced it hardcore
Right after that.
Right
like,
in your face.
are you fucking serious? It takes me back to Eminem. I'm going to have you listen to this song.
I'll download it.
So,
I can do it
yeah. I don't get it. It's fucking Deadpool. Like, what did you expect?
For real.
The only thing they were told was not to use cocaine. So, at least there wasn't that. Like, get the fuck out of here. Now that that's done, I have one last thing to mention. And this was something that was brought to my attention. And I did not know that this was something, but apparently it is. So,
Download it.
I had one of our well, I say one, it's probably our only regular, just mentioned that some people at her other job were talking about side hustles. Okay. And I'm sure you can know where some of those conversations went. But they were just in that vein, sure.
OnlyFans.
But they were just talking about, like, I guess somebody has a friend that does something in that vein, and they were talking about how much money they make a week doing that shit. And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of really lonely people out there that make money or spend their money on silly shit because gross. But
I'll sell feet pics.
it wasn't feet pics. It was some worse.
But that's what I won't go any further.
Like I said, if someone wanted to see my fucking caveman feet and I can make money off it, fuck it. But
you should just do it. We need money.
Just the idea that someone's over there beating their shit to my feet would be a wild thing to understand.
Don't even worry about that, though. As long as you're raking in the money.
That's true. But something was brought to my attention on Friday. There are people, and I don't know. There were some confirmed sales, but not on some of the more ridiculous asks. There are whole groups of people that are just going around and picking up tumbleweeds and selling them on Etsy. Just tumbleweeds.
Oh, we can find a whole bunch of anybody interested in tumbleweeds.
Not only
we've seen a few of those.
Yes, we have. Not only
y'all want this good hair.
Not only are there people selling tumbleweed, Shannon.
Pine cones?
They are selling regional tumbleweeds. So they are specifying.
Y'all want them good Southern California fucking?
They are specifying where they came from. They are specifying that it's from southern Utah and northern Colorado and Arizona. People are not only selling these
They're
things,
buying these things?
people are buying them.
What do they want tumbleweeds for? How am I supposed to...
For their Western fucking decor, okay?
How am I
These
supposed to
people are putting
package that?
review. That's my first fucking question. I don't know if y'all have ever seen a tumbleweed or handled one, but unless it's one of those big bulky bitches,
I don't got a box that'll fit
them
that.
motherfuckers just kind of fall apart with any kind of pressure put on them. They are brittle as shit because it's a dead goddamn bush.
How do you bubble wrap that?
I don't know what you do. I'm still trying to understand how the fuck people buy them, or the fact that there's people selling them. Like,
You want to be stupid like that? Start selling stupid shit.
Here's the thing. I read an article.
I'm gonna start selling air.
I read an article a while back where there was some guy who in college, they had this project, and the project essentially, long story short, led to someone finding a way to get rich selling tumbleweeds to Hollywood studios. Now, that I understand.
Sense.
That makes sense to me. So this dude found that there was a need for this, and he would just find nice tumbleweeds, put them in some fucking warehouse somewhere, and sell them to movie studios. This dude made millions doing this shit. Okay, that makes sense.
He's a
But the
tumbleweed supplier.
fact that there's assholes on Etsy just grabbing dead fucking plants, taking pictures of them. There's motherfucker. First of all, one of the posts that I was shown, you can hover over it, and sometimes there's like videos, which it wasn't an ad, but it boiled down to that. They literally recorded this fucking tumbleweed blowing across the dirt as the fucking advertisement. Okay, these are people that are in a different country, because that I could kind of understand.
$54.99.
Ma'am, there were some on there for like $3,200.
$7.99. Nope.
They now again
$79. Colorado tumbleweed.
not saying that they sold it for that much, because I didn't see anything with like a confirmed purchase.
Foraged high desert tumbleweed.
Yeah.
Tumbleweed chandelier.
That's the ones I'm talking about. Yeah, they have like a large tumbleweed. So
Genuine
you're telling
Wyoming
me
tumbleweed,
you're telling
$15.
me you went and got a tumbleweed, put some fucking
just the stick.
Christmas lights on that bitch, and now it's a chandelier.
Spirit tumble chandelier. $37.77.
Yes,
That's the one.
a
Only
fucking
one available.
chandelier.
It's beautiful.
Who in the fuck
It's beautiful.
is going to spend $4,000
Putting that in my cart.
on a God?
Tumbleweeds XL size. $94.99.
I just can't. I can't. And there's people that are showing their reviews. There's like 300-400 reviews for tumbleweeds. They are putting pictures.
Tumbleweeds is gonna be my Etsy now, bro.
I bought this tumbleweed and put it next to my cactus, and this just tied the room together. There was one that had a fucking tumbleweed sitting on top of a handful of books. I'm like, is it a fucking paperweight? That shit don't weigh enough. What the fuck are we doing?
Handful of books.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
I'm so confused and concerned for some of these people. I don't want to say you people, because I'm fairly certain
you people,
none of y'all that listen or watch this do that.
You people.
But what in the entire fuck is going on? So thanks to Jess for that.
Wow.
It
That's
blows my
fucking
mind
crazy.
that's going on
I'm in
the
Tumbleweed
world.
City now.
I don't get it.
I'm getting out of that.
Yeah, get out of there.
I'm out.
Get out of there.
My Etsy's gonna have me trying to buy tumbleweeds.
I'm telling you.
Next time you come in this house,
there's going to be a fucking tumbleweed sitting in the middle of this table.
Fuck yeah.
Listen,
It's a
as
new
long
chandelier.
as long as you didn't go fucking spend money on it.
I'll go harvest it in the wild
That's what
myself.
I'm saying. You don't got to go fucking far.
I'm gonna tell you that I spent $100 on it though.
Yeah, the fucked up thing is, I'm not saying you would, but you spent $100 on
Dumb shit before.
dumber shit. So it is what it is. All right, well, that's it for us this week.
That's all we got.
We got more, but
Next time it's gonna be about Fortnite.
it's not.
It's a new season. Started 2 days ago.
We mentioned it once. I tried.
You started it.
I tried.
Marvel season.
That is
Absolute doom.
This woman didn't touch grass for a whole day.
2 days.
I was trying to be nice.
I'm not gonna lie. 2 days. I'm level 42.
Let me put it to you like this.
I leveled up.
The goal now is essentially to, if you have said thing, to get your battle pass done. You need to get 100 levels to do that. She's already at level 43.
42.
43. I saw it.
Oh, I thought it was at 42.
43. You're almost halfway done.
I gotta get
the
to 200.
The season started 2 fucking days ago.
I gotta get to 200.
You're gonna make it in record time at this rate.
No. Well, versus the way other people are doing it, yeah.
Anyway.
No, I gotta go back to work.
Oh, so
Lame.
that's it for us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, click the bell notification. All that fun
We
stuff.
have haunted stuff coming up next month.
Yes, we do.
Actually, in like 3-ish weeks.
Yeah. 3 weeks. Yeah, actually, it is 3 weeks from today, I
It's the
think.
18th.
Yeah.
And we're going on a Sunday.
Which is going to be weird.
It is going to be.
Never go on a Sunday.
No, we've never gone.
Oh, well.
It's going to suck for the next fucking day for you guys. I'm off.
Listen, I tried to take that day off.
Did you
I'm still probably...
take Monday off?
I'm just going to, be...
Take Monday off and we can record the show.
I'm going to be late or
No, take it
work
off.
from home
No, take it
or
off.
something.
Work from this home.
Because, there's no way I'm going to even... Admittedly, we haven't closed down an event in years.
We're going
we're
to.
usually done. But with RIP Tour and then having Express Pass...
I'm going through that
and
bitch
it's an
95
hour,
times.
and it's an hour. That's all depending on the quality. And
You need to adjust your thought process,
ma'am,
Please don't have expectations.
they have never been lower.
I need you to not be
I'm
like
going
that
to
because you're
have.
gonna be a bitch.
I'm going to have a good time.
You're gonna be a bummy bitch.
I'm not going to be a bummy bitch. I'm going to have a good time. We're going with a good group of people. I'm going to have fun. I'm not worried about that.
Rachel
part.
has refused to go back.
That's fine.
She said,
She
"Nah,
did
you're
not
good."
enjoy herself.
No, she hated every minute
So
of that.
what? Yeah, that makes sense.
I also think she just didn't like being outside.
I mean, whatever.
None of us did. I
didn't have an issue with
I
it.
was thriving.
I was having a blast, especially
really
an RIP
thriving.
night. I was having a good time.
I knocked my shirts down again. Damn it, my dick fell.
But yeah, I'm just
Lower your expectations.
they like I said, they couldn't be lower. I'm just saying.
Don't be bummy about it.
How am I being bummy?
I don't understand how this is gonna be good.
Those words never left my mouth.
That's what I've been thinking. You've been thinking.
That's you putting words in my mouth.
That's exactly what I did.
I've just said these houses are not great, and even you said that.
I said I think the Ghostbusters one is going to be fine, and I'm really looking forward to the weekend because last time we didn't go through it, and people were like, "It was awesome." Mm-hmm. We didn't do that.
Literally 2 nights ago, you were
La
like,
Llorona.
"Oh, these shirts don't look good."
I said the
this
shirts
is not-
don't look good.
Yeah, this year's not as good as
I
last
don't-
year.
because they don't have an
I'm okay with
icon.
saying that.
There's no icon.
Why is it wrong for me to say that?
There's no icon.
That's fair.
All
We're
I
not
said
in-
was the
we're not
shirt
in-
because
we're
the
not in
last
Florida.
shirt I know, but that's where I get my shirts from.
I know. I'm simply saying
It's very punk rocky.
this year is not as good looking as last year. That's all I said.
Okay. Well, as long as you don't have a shit attitude when we get there, I will slap the
I'm
shit
gonna
out
have
of
a
you.
shit attitude if you keep saying I'm gonna have a shit attitude.
I'm gonna climb on a step stool because I have to fucking get lifted up to reach you.
No, I'm gonna have a good time.
And the only one that can Mufasa me
I'm gonna have a good time.
and the Rafiki me
I'm
is you.
simply saying that this year doesn't look as good. That's all. That's all I say.
I am excited to see the Blumhouse stuff. Surprisingly, because it's the Terror Tram.
Yeah.
I am really excited to see what we get to do in the Nope area.
Also that.
That's gonna be great.
We've never done RIP out here, so I'm
No,
excited.
I know.
I'm just saying that compared to last year, it doesn't look as good.
What did we have? Killer Clowns was 2 years ago for us.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, they got it. They got Insidious. Okay.
What is it? Not the Red Door.
Yeah, it is. Pretty sure it's the Red Door. Yeah. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Wow.
I can't remember.
Not that important. But I'm just saying, like, all of the houses they've announced, it's just been like, okay, but nothing that I'm like about.
The second version of that other one that we went through. No, that wasn't last year. That was 2 years ago.
Which one?
The Monstros one.
Oh yeah.
That one.
Like
That
I
one's
said,
gonna be cool.
It's not that I'm like looking at any of it bad. I'm just like compared to last year. That's all I'm doing. I'm looking at last year, even the year before that, and going, the houses are just not as good. That's all I'm saying.
Killer Clowns. We had Nope.
Yeah, we missed the year that we did Killer Clowns, though. We did opening weekend. It was fucking slammed, and we missed a few.
We did.
We missed the weekend. We missed
La
Llorona.
Llorona.
We missed. I think those were the only two.
Weekend.
No, I said weekend.
Oh,
we
you
didn't
did.
do La Llorona. We didn't.
Yeah,
do
I got
that.
you fucked
You
up
got
now
me
saying
fucked up too.
La Llorona.
La Llorona. We didn't do those two, but I don't think we missed any of the other ones.
No.
The Universal Monsters ones are always
It
good.
was great. I liked it.
So I mean, I know there's going to be good stuff. I'm just saying,
Last
in comparison,
we had a Last of Us, so
that's what I mean. They had two IPs that I love in the last 2 years, and this year I'm just like, that's all.
I don't think they're fully all announced, though, are they?
According to the website, they are. The shit drops in a couple of weeks. I'm assuming everything's out. We could double check.
I'll double check it.
Yeah. Anyway, now that we've had our fucking rant about that shit.
Well, we're gonna talk about it again.
But we're gonna have that. I don't think it'll be like Florida where they were told we couldn't record because we recorded 2 years ago. So I don't think we'll have that issue. But we'll see.
Well, no matter what, if they don't let us record the RIP tour, but the funny thing is, people have recorded the fucking monologues.
That's what I'm saying.
All I want to do is record that part. Then when we go back through, we can record all we want. I'm hoping to have to use my chess piece.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Titties.
Exactly. Shut up.
Shut up. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.